Aloha everyone and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm your host, Chad Owens. Hope you guys had a great weekend and you reset, you're relaxed, and you're recovered. And you're off to an amazing start this week. We've got an exciting show for you guys as always, but before we do, I gotta say mahalo to Long's Drugs. Let's make sure we support local and make Long's Drugs a part of our days. And also, it's a new week, a new opportunity for you to enter into our football fever ballot. We've got, thanks to Vacations Hawaii, 2 tickets plus $500 cash for 2 people headed to Vegas. You gotta get in on the action. All you gotta do is get yourself a football fever ballot in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Select your picks, right? College, NFL, compete with myself and the other panelists and give yourself a chance to win. You must turn that in to select Long's Drugs by Wednesday. Let's go. We got weekly winners. And at the end, grand prize, a big green egg Kamado grill. As always, look, lots going on. It's exciting times here in sports. So without further ado, let's dive on in to the CO2 Rundown. Into the NFL, where week 1 action started this past week. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. We're gonna talk about Tua Tagovailoa. Okay, the Miami Dolphins, the new look Miami Dolphins, the new head coach, Mike McDaniel, and this offense looked good. They had probably the biggest offseason acquisition in bringing in and acquiring actually via trade Tyreek Hill. Him and Jalen Waddle together, look, it's a mismatch. And that's exactly what happened. Tua did his thing. He passed for 270 yards. They just dominated the New England Patriots. Okay, the New England Patriots, Bill Belichick. I know they ain't got Tom Brady. I know they're not the same team that they were, but still, that's in the division, and they're 1-0 in the division and looking good. Also, it was history in the making. We had 2 Hawaii quarterbacks starting in week 1, starting in the NFL at the same time. Marcus Mariota, along with Tua Tagovailoa. Marcus has been a backup the past couple of seasons in Las Vegas, but I believe, and the Atlanta Falcons believe, that he is still a starting quarterback, and he performed well. And although they fell short at the end to the Saints, Marcus still looked good in his debut as a Falcon. So we're going to continue to follow these 2 guys as they progress. Marcus is the veteran out of the 2. Well, Tua's a veteran too, but Marcus has a little bit more years under his belt. Tua looks like he's coming into his own. And I truly believe this, that if you have the right coach, you have the right system, and you add the pieces around you as a quarterback, you can be successful. Right? You look at Tua at Alabama, right? The weapons he had. He was dominant. Add that same type of weapons around him, a good coach, a good D, they're going to give themselves a chance this year. And I'm excited to see Marcus back in the, behind the driver's seat doing this thing, because he deserves it. He is a high caliber QB. Let's go, boys. We're staying right here in the NFL. Now, Lamar Jackson is probably one of the most exciting quarterbacks right now in the league. He was an MVP. He proved that he can get it done. And he's proved a lot of critics wrong about him being a run-only quarterback. He can sling it. And he proved it again in week 1. But he just turned down recently a 6-year contract extension by the Ravens, who in that contract was offering him $133 million guaranteed. Now, Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson got less than that guaranteed. But Deshaun Watson was in that $230 million guaranteed, and from the Browns. And Deshaun Watson hasn't even played last year. Right? He's dealing with some off-the-field issues. So I feel Lamar deserves at least that, because he has proved that he's that type of player. He is an MVP player. He is a game-changing player, and he gives the Baltimore Ravens the best chance to make the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. And he's continued to prove himself right and prove the critics wrong. So, look, man, I'm always about the players getting their money, getting paid. And in today's game, the athletes, how fast they are, the defensive ends, the type of punishment you can take as a quarterback, nothing's guaranteed, right? So we're trying to get that guaranteed money. up front. And I know that's what he's waiting on. I believe he's going to get it. He may not get Kansas City Chiefs Patrick Mahomes money, $500 million, but he can try to creep up there and get close. But look, man, go get your money. But in the midst of doing so, there are a couple of things. He's got to just continue to ball out. Or what guys do, they hold out. And I don't know if he's going to want to hold out during the regular season. But, this is why we have agents to advise us. This is why we have these types of people to push that envelope. And so we'll see what happens. But the Baltimore Ravens are looking good. And so is just Lamar Jackson's future. Whew, a huge shout out and congratulations to our Rainbow Wahine volleyball team who did the reverse sweep over the weekend against USC. They were down 2 sets and came back to win 3 in a row in a packed, simplified Stan Sheriff Arena. That was exciting stuff. The emotions at the end, I'm getting goosebumps, right? That excitement, knowing you're down, knowing this type of start to the season you had, to come home in front of our home crowd and to put on that type of performance shows resilience. It shows the character of this team, and it shows really what we're capable of. It's easy to go out and win two sets, win the next one, sweep teams. It's easy when you're on the opposite side of that to fall down into that, man, we're down 2-0. It's not looking good. That wasn't their mindset. They believed, and it was like 1 point at a time, 1 set at a time. And they just fought and clawed their way back in it. And to me, this game will be a sort of a launch pad, a momentum builder for our Wahine going into the rest of the season. It was a huge win in front of a huge crowd. And the excitement was electric. So I want to congratulate our Rainbow Wahine. Let's get back to work. Let's build off of that. And I believe our best is yet to come. We're still in the early parts of the season. We got a long way to go. Let's go, Bows. All right, I got to hop over to our boys, right? Our UH Rainbow Warrior football team who was in Ann Arbor taking on 4th-ranked Michigan. And yeah, the odds of us winning were way, way low. But that doesn't mean that we don't go and show up. We don't go and show out. We don't go and fight. I think we look good. In the beginning, I feel like our defense was sort of giving us chances. Our offense was sort of slow at the beginning. But we made some strides. We made some plays. And the biggest thing towards the end of that game, Big Tylen ripped off that 60-yard run in the big house. So huge moment for him and the team and the way they rallied together and celebrated. After a touchdown like that, after knowing you're losing the game, you're going to lose, it can be easy to be like, whatever, we still lost. But no, them boys were excited. They celebrated with him. And that's what it's about. In the adversity, in the midst of adversity, especially on a football team, that's when we have to come together even more. And at the end of the day, we cannot look at the scoreboard. We got to finish. Because there will be a time this year, this season, maybe it's this upcoming week, where we're going to be in the lead and dominating. But even when you're in that, you still want to finish. You don't want to let up because you got to practice those dominating, winning habits all the time. You win the games you're supposed to win. And in those games, those tough games, building the resiliency to dominate the ones you're winning, to continue to fight and play to the end in the ones you're losing. In those close games, that's when that's going to come into play. And that's when you're going to be able to get that edge and get that extra play and have that extra will inside of you to finish that play, to create the turnover we needed, to make that exciting catch, that big play to put us over the top, to make that game-winning kick. That's what we're learning about each other right now. Our team is coming together. And I know they went out there, they had a great experience. Hey, 1 hour rain delay, it happens. I've been there many a times. It's hard to mentally get back focused because you get warmed up, you cool off. You warm up again, you may have cooled off again. It's sort of this up and down, but when it cleared, it was a beautiful atmosphere. Shout out to Michigan. They're a really good football team. And on the side note, hey, Roman Wilson, local boy, St. Louis, went out there and did his thing. A couple of touchdowns. Congratulations to him for sort of providing that excitement for his family, his people that follow him here. So I just want to say congratulations to Roman on a great performance. Boys, continue to go to work. I know you guys are back. You guys are focused on the next one, and that's what I love about football. In the season, right? You get so many games, and you get to go right back to the drawing board. You get to flush this one. You get to go back to work, and you get to do it again. And I believe our best football is still ahead of us. Let's go, Bows. And that is it for today's show. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in on this beautiful Monday afternoon. And look, every day is a beautiful day in Hawaii. We got some rain, we got the sunshine, we got the trade winds. Doesn't matter what it is. It's beautiful out here. We're grateful to be living in such a beautiful place. And so with that, I want to say mahalo again to Long's Drugs for all of their support. Let's continue to support local and make Long's Drugs a part of our days. And one more reminder, go get yourself the Football Fever ballot so you give yourself a chance to win a trip for two to Las Vegas plus $500 cash. Thanks to Vacations Hawaii. And a big green egg Kamada grill is up for grabs at the end for a grand prize. So look, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Aloha.